Margaret Tucker. Speak on, Pearl Gibbs, speak on, Eric Onis. For we may be the new Australians, but you, my friends, are the old. And your veins run strong with the blood of those many in this land so many years ago, and so your sons and your daughters fish the waters where thousands of years before their great-grandfathers and great-grandmothers fished the same and caught the same. These rivers that connect you to the ancestors of your past, these rivers run red with the blood of their children. These rivers run red. These rivers run dry. So speak, for the blood-stained footprints are slowly fading. Speak, for each passing year and each changing season, the histories have been written, but each page was constructed, each person adjusted, each history tainted, till the truth of a genocide in this land of sweeping plains was swept under carpets and whispered around corners, a shadow story of myth long forgotten, of a war that once stained this dark earth red, and yet would never make it into my school books, where it is far easier to turn our eyes to Hitler and to Stalin, to wars where we fought the evil ones rather than when we had become them. It is easier to ignore the terror in these lands, the terror born of these hands when slaughtered to near extinction. Victoria, in Australia's indigenous population, reduced from 60,000 to 2,000 in 30 years. This is our killing fields. This is our genocide. This is our history, and I am ashamed.
Into Isaiah 58, there's some things that you can do. You can start by explaining that Isaiah 58 is first and foremost a prophetic rebuke. It's God speaking rebuke to his people through his prophet. Later on it gets into promises, but it starts as rebuke. Well, what's the rebuke about? Well, the rebuke is that God's people thought that they had worship right. And you can say this, they thought they had worship right because they observed all the forms and rituals, not unlike us showing up on a Sunday morning. Huh? And then you look at the congregation knowingly. And they catch what you're throwing at them. And you say, they didn't get worship right though. They thought they had it right, but they didn't. Because what God actually wanted wasn't the forms and rituals. But it was transformed lives. It's transformed community. It's transformed culture. And all of it resting on the foundation of mercy and justice. That's what truly honors the name of God and shows the world what environmental degradation or reconciliation or economic inequalities or human trafficking, all kinds of systemic evils that the church is probably ignorant of and maybe even complicit in. And then you tell them all the ways that they need to change in order to honor and receive the promises of God. And then you lead a chorus of Just As I Am, and you leave the platform and you never get invited back there to speak again.